welcome to a very special episode of Magic the Amateuring. I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, the 4th of July.
That's right. We are celebrating America in this episode through the medium of fireworks, which are exploding in the background.
Absolutely. Tonight I will be playing the part of firework.
Yeah.
And, 4th of July.
I will be playing the part of severed hand.
Oh.
Yep.
Severed hand?
Yeah.
Is that a 4th of July celebration thing?
Yeah, man. If you light a firework off wrong, boom, there goes your hand.
I don't think it's severed in that case.
Well,
though.
some accidents are really bad.
Are you lighting fireworks that have knives inside of them? Because I think that's the only situation in which you end up with like a severed
Are you
hand?
saying severed has to be cut? Is that the dispute here?
Yes.
Okay, I see where
I
you're
think
coming
that
from.
severed distinctly means like removed by blade.
Do you know how many like fireworks injuries go up on the 4th of July? It's
like 3,000%.
3 billion%.
Oh, it's the official
I looked it
number?
up. Yep. Do you know I used to
Makes
think
a lot of sense.
severed meant broken? So I wrote this story once in high school, and I said holding, and I quote, holding his severed arm in his hand. And somebody read my paper and was like, holy crap! Just completely ripped his arm off. Whoa!
That fight escalated.
That's how I learned what severed meant. Fun fact.
You certainly remembered, though, right?
Yes, I did.
This is a valuable learning
They
experience.
were like, his arm got ripped off. Like, you've gone really dark really fast.
I hope it was just like in like a schoolyard fight. Like he broke his arm. He severed his arm in a fight at school.
It was.
Just straight off.
So don't be worried that I live in a bad neighborhood. My neighborhood, I would rate it as out of 10 being the best, most safe neighborhood it could ever be.
Yeah.
Probably like a 5.5.
What? I'd give your neighborhood at least a 6.5.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's not gunshots. It is in fact fireworks, which really, when you think about it, is just a more impressive gunshot.
Also, nobody dies at the end of it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, you never know if someone's arm is severed by a knife-throwing firework.
Why don't they invent them? They put everything into a firework. Pretty soon it's going to be, now I'm just talking about a Molotov cocktail. Never mind.
What were you going to say? I think you're thinking of an IED.
Or that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a story.
Okay. Story time.
Yeah. So my dad was deployed in Iraq.
Yeah.
Like the first, like in kind of the first year that they were over there, because he's a doctor. And at the time he was still in the army. He was a doctor for the army. And so he was over there for a year. As a general surgeon.
Yeah.
And his friend who does facial reconstruction surgery, essentially, was sent over there as well because these improvised explosive devices would explode, and the stuff is traveling at such high speed that it would get embedded in people's faces and not leave an entry point.
Oh my God.
Like you
wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, you would know that there were just like, it was like as bumps under the skin.
Oh God.
Isn't that insane?
Whoa.
Yeah. So that was part of my childhood was like listening to my dad's friend, like when they're both back from Iraq and they're just like sitting around telling stories of like surgeries that they performed. And I was just like, I'm not gonna be a doctor. This is not for me. He was like, there was like one where it like entered in like his cheek, and it went like behind his eyeball.
I said no.
He had to get it from behind the guy's eyeball.
But you kept talking.
I'm sorry.
My dad's war stories are considerably more jovial. He was a prison guard, stateside, and talks about how the groups would form, like the people in the prison would form groups like, oh, we're the Temptations, and they would sing in their cells.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds like something that a movie would tell you to make you think that prison isn't terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this is a magic podcast.
Yes, it is. I'm ready to talk about magic.
Today we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff, including burn.
That's right. There have been a lot of burn spells in the history of magic.
That's true.
We're going to talk about what kinds of different burn spells there have been.
Mostly because we were all out on the 4th of July recently.
Yeah.
We all got burned. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, my hand got severed.
We also also have a bunch of new preview cards, including our own to share with you.
That's right.
Ooh, that's exciting.
It's pretty exciting. And it fits, it just all fits together so perfectly.
It does.
Our preview card fits the 4th of July. 4th of July fits our topic of burn spells.
Yep.
It's the circle of burn.
Circle of burn.
And it burns us all.
Buy some cortisone.
Isn't cortisone like an anti-irritant?
Anti-itch. I don't know. I'm not. Ask your dad.
I feel like cortisone wouldn't do the trick. I think you want like Neosporin.
Buy some aloe
Actually, I'm pretty
plant.
sure Neosporin says don't put it on burns.
You know what? Do not listen to this podcast for medical advice.
Medical advice. We're telling you right
just
now,
a tip.
This is not a medical advice podcast.
No.
If you take any advice that we give on this show, we are not responsible for the medical side effects.
Steve and Steve, on the other hand, have a great medical episode.
That's very true.
Where they go over a lot of great medical stuff.
It's very true.
Before we start talking about burn, I just want to mention, of course, our Patreon, patreon.com/MTAcast. Head over there. Help us reach our next goal, which I'm really excited about. If you don't know what it is, go take a peek. Patreon.com/MTAcast. It's a spicy one. It's a spicy meatball. So support us. We love being here for you every week, and we love the people who are part of our Patreon family. So come on and join the party if our show is something that gives you happy feelings in any part of your body at any time during the week. Mm-hmm. We want to mention, too, because of Patreon, we do this special episode once a month called Magic the Prothering.
Yes.
And our last episode was with Brian Bronduin.
Yes.
And aka BD.
Yes.
And there's so many initials in Magic.
There are so many initials. He's BBD.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about him later, but he did very well recently.
Yes.
This weekend at a GP, and it affected some stuff that's pretty important for him.
That's right. As we all know, BBD's the spot at Worlds was TBD.
Yeah.
Because of the GPP race.
Yep. Great.
Thank you.
So check out Magic the Prothering. It's the episode right before this one, I think, or else 2 back. No, I think it's 1 back.
What?
It's on iTunes.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Look it up. Stitcher, of course.
It's 1 back.
MagicTheAmateur.com.
It's not this one, it's the one right before this one.
Right before this one. So after you listen to this episode, go back and listen to that. He's a great guest, by the way. Mm-hmm. He's very funny. We tell a lot of jokes and have a real good quality time together. So check it out, you guys. Magic the Prothering, brought to you by all your patrons.
Pew!
What was that?
That was a laser.
For the noobs.
That's
burn.
Right. Like we said, there have been burn spells in Magic.
That's a true statement, Megan.
Oh boy, there have been a lot of burn spells in the history of Magic.
Yeah, and people have opinions about them because people either love burn or they hate burn.
Or they love to hate burn.
Love to hate burn. It's one of 3. It's never in the middle.
Yep. Either you play burn, you play against burn, or you listen to people talk about burn.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those 3.
Or some combination.
Yeah. Burn, Baby Burn, Disco Inferno is the topic of For the Noobs this week. Because we had a spicy preview card.
Yes, we did.
Which was Burn, and people were excited.
Yes, we certainly did. Maria, do you want to talk about our preview card?
Sure. Our card was called Incendiary Flow.
What?
That's like when lava is, incited to flow and be really, mad about it.
Yeah,
and really hot.
Yeah.
It's hot, mad lava.
It's hot and angry.
Yep, just like me. Okay, so here, Incendiary Flow, 1 and a red, sorcery. So that was a point of contention for some people. It's a sorcery, non-instant.
That's very true.
It is an uncommon.
Yes.
Incendiary Flow deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Ooh. And that's actually really important, especially in a world of hangerback walkers.
Screw you, hangerback walker. Or den protectors sometimes,
Den protector,
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
there's lots of things that like to come back. I mean, Death Mist Raptors.
Yeah. Goodbye.
We're about to see the end of those buddies in a little bit, but some of them are still,
poking around.
They're poking around. They're running around, sticking their lizard faces in stuff.
Yeah. This is the best part of the card, though, besides it being a good burn spell.
Yes.
Is the flavor text.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to play the role of Gideon. Do you want to play the role of Chandra?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
Well, you have to, because you used to have red hair. By the way, Megan's hair is now blonde, everybody, if you want to see it.
What? How did you spoil it for everyone?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
But you have to. They
You're
want
a
to. I'm trying to
monster.
push our video podcast.
That's true.
Tulare Community College up on Thursdays usually. Tulare Community College on YouTube. Check out Megan's blonde hair. It's
You
really
want to
cute.
see this sick mess?
Super cute. I wouldn't describe it as a sick mess.
What?
I would describe it as like Marilyn Monroe, but
Aw.
looking more stylish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just generally referring to myself.
Oh. Okay, that's fine.
One sick mess.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Aren't we
though?
all?
Aren't we all really just some kind of mess?
Well, some kind of mess on some kind of level. All right, I'm going to be Gideon.
Okay.
Flavor text.
Yes.
What's your plan?
Are you serious?
Yes! There it is.
It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sassy.
Yep.
Chandra's like, I'm gonna burn stuff. What do you think I'm gonna do?
What do you think? What's your plan? What the hell is your plan, Gideon?
Use your magical whip?
Yeah. What is with that thing anyways?
I don't know. Is he trying to be Wonder Woman? Wait, she didn't have a whip. What did she have?
She had a lasso,
A lasso
of truth, home slice.
Not even.
He wishes it were the lasso of truth.
We're so
What is
down
it?
on
Because
Gideon
it
right
has
now.
like multiple. It has multiple like.
Yeah. Multiple
Because that's the sound that it makes.
cattails.
But is that what you call like the end of a whip?
I don't know, but I know there's something called a cat o' 9 tails.
I think that's one with 9 of them, but his only has like 4.
A cat o' 4 tails.
That sounds less impressive, but I'm
Yeah,
not
it
sure
does.
why.
It sure does.
Yeah, it really does though.
So what do you think about this card, Megan?
So like you mentioned, it's pretty sick that it exiles things
Yeah.
instead. Especially since we'll talk about another preview card later
Yep.
that deals with creatures or zombies in the graveyard, and it's not the first one in Innistrad.
No.
So it could be, we've talked before with people who worked in R&D. People in R&D have always said, like they're testing in their future league.
Yeah.
Decks that might be insane. So I look at something like this and I'm like, oh, maybe there was some sort of graveyard deck that needed some sort of reanimator deck that needed this kind of hate.
Sure.
So they were like, oh man, maybe they had, something that was an instant, but it didn't exile. And it turns out that then this reanimator deck just went insane. And they're like, oh, well, what if we tack on exile it instead, and we make it a sorcery?
Right.
So when I look at a card like this, I'm wondering like, okay, we all think like sometimes people tend to be like, oh, it's always just getting less powerful. Removal is getting less powerful.
We're not gonna get lightning bolt.
No, we're never gonna get lightning bolt.
It's never gonna happen.
But like lightning strike happened in Theros,
Yes.
which was 1 in a red for an instant 3 damage to creature or player.
Yeah.
So I wonder, maybe people are right. Like maybe they're just moving away and we're not even going to see a lightning strike again. Or it might be that they were like, hey, this card needs to exist. It needs to have this exile clause.
Only the future knows how
the future knows.
how that played out.
Yeah.
I mean, relevant that you can either do damage to a creature or a player. Mm-hmm. So this card is pretty flexible.
Yep.
Making it a good pick, I would say, in any limited deck for sure.
Yes.
This is something you don't want to cut.
I would take as many of these as I could.
Yeah, it's just great value. You're paying 1 in a red to deal 3 damage.
And 3
Worth
damage,
it.
especially on Innistrad, kills a lot of things.
Yeah, it does.
Things on Innistrad, they grew up in the gloom, in the dark.
In the
They're a
shadow.
little, they're all just a little they're all a little creepy crawly.
Yeah.
They
only have 3 on their butts.
Yeah, there's just less giant rampaging Baylots
Did you ever hear
stampeding around.
that back in the dinosaur days, there were bugs that were as big as
I don't need to
a
know
horse?
this. I didn't need to know that.
I saw an illustration once.
What? That can't be real.
I wanted to die because oxygen levels were higher, so that kind of thing was able to happen.
Do bugs need a lot of oxygen?
I don't know.
Those bastards.
It was disgusting.
Of course they're not only gross, of course they're also fighting with us for oxygen.
Yeah.
What next?
What next, bugs?
What next,
What more do you
bugs?
want from us?
Next you're going to tell me that they're the number 1 depleter of the water supply. JK, that's almonds. Moving on.
the show where we give almonds the what for. Almonds, you taste okay, but sometimes you're a hint of cyanide that's in my tea, and I don't want to die.
Do you know what?
Screw you, almonds.
I thought they were... Oh, no, you're right. They're cyanide.
Yeah.
Do you know there's arsenic in apple seeds?
Yes. And in wine and every other food.
Everything. There's
And we're all
arsenic in
being
everything. We're all
slowly poisoned.
We're all
to death.
slowly dying of arsenic.
Figures.
What were we talking about?
Burn.
Do you know what? I think almonds taste pretty good. Like,
No, I
wish,
actually like them.
Like, I wish that they weren't so bad for the environment because I really like them.
What
But
if you
I don't
grew
really
your
eat them.
own almonds?
Oh, jeez. Like, what do I do with my life? Am I an heiress?
Yeah, you're some kind of heiress, and you have an almond farm in your backyard. Personal.
I don't
almond
know.
farm.
Like, I should probably not grow almonds, and I should grow something that's more climate friendly.
What do you want? What kind of nut? What's a better nut to grow?
I have no idea. I have not looked into nut
Let's
farming enough.
Let's do some nut research in our off time.
All right,
What do you
everybody.
say?
If you could please let us know what is the most environmentally friendly nut crop.
Don't ever say nut crop ever again.
Please tweet it at us at
Hashtag-
MtAcast. Hashtag nut crop.
I
We
think
get
that's
to
what
the
Gideon's
bottom of
whip
this.
is called. Because you know where he's slashing it.
Oh,
Right in
my
the business.
goodness.
Okay, so Incendiary Flow, of course, is a pretty
Yeah.
good burn spell. All things
Yeah.
considered. It's not
All things
instant,
considered.
but you know what? It does a lot of
It
other
does do
things.
damage. But how does it stack up in the history of burn spells?
History of burn.
Well, Maria, going back to the day old days.
Yes.
We've got the original
The original bad
Mamma Jamma.
Mamma Jamma.
Lightning
Lightning
bolt.
bolt.
1 red, 3 damage, creature or player. Suck it.
Instant.
Yeah.
What more do you want out of life?
I don't.
Like, just, you can literally not get better than this card unless it was free.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is not gonna
very
happen.
true. Or it dealt 4 damage.
Yeah, or that.
But it's not going to get better. It is so good.
This is like the gold standard.
It really is.
This is how the rest of Magic cards are valued throughout
Yes.
the multiverse.
It is like the original flavor Bomb Pop.
Yeah. Ooh,
Those are really good,
I
right?
want a bomb pop now.
Right? Me too.
Oh my gosh.
4th of July.
4th of July.
So there are also some other variations on Lightning Bolt that are a little bit less powerful that they've tried out
Hit
through
me.
the ages, like Shard Volley.
Shard Volley!
It is also 1 red. It is also an instant. But you do have to sacrifice a land.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a real big difference. But it doesn't say untapped, so you can just sacrifice the land you just tapped, and you're playing red.
Yeah.
I mean,
why do you need those lands
why do you
anyway?
need those lands anyway?
Who are you trying to fool?
What are you doing? What
You
are
don't need
doing?
lands. You need like 1 land.
Yeah, Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning.
Also one red. Chain Lightning also deals 3 damage. Also creature or player.
Yep.
Wait, this one's a sorcery.
Sorcery.
This one's a sorcery. So obviously it's a step down already.
Yeah.
And your opponent can pay 2 red to copy it.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen? I mean, sometimes.
Every once in a while. I have never personally had it happen in a match that I was playing.
Yeah.
Whether I was casting or on the receiving end of Chain Lightning. There's also Rift Bolt.
Rift Bolt.
Which is a sorcery. And technically costs 3. But I have personally been playing a lot of Modern Online, and I have never seen a burn player cast a Rift Bolt for 3 mana.
No.
They suspend it for 1, and it comes off suspend the next turn, and it goes to your face. There's nothing you can do about it. Except sometimes
there are things you can do about it.
That's true. Sometimes there are things you can do about it.
Yep.
It feels really satisfying sometimes.
To do something about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I saw that coming, and you know what? Took care of it.
Yeah, so all of these are really solid burn spells. Like, they're not all of them are Lightning Bolt, obviously, but each of them is very good.
Exactly. Rift Bolt, for instance, does see a play in Modern Burn. Obviously, Lightning Bolt does. Then we have kind of, like the next step, or a next step, which is, as we mentioned earlier, Lightning Strike.
Lightning Strike!
Also an instant. Also goes to creatures or players, but costs 1 in a red instead. So just tack on an extra mana. Similar card, 1 extra mana. Searing Spear is another variation on that.
Yeah.
Then we have the next step, which are cards that can either only go to creatures or only go to players.
So Lava Spike is a famous example of this. It is 1 red for a sorcery. Lava Spike deals 3 damage to target player.
Mm-hmm. Although some people have joked that Lava Spike is actually a fixed lightning bolt for modern burn players because you can't make the mistake of pointing it at a creature.
Yeah, burn players, what are you doing?
Exactly, like it's just...
Stop with the decisions already. Kill them in the face.
And then we also, so that's a variation, like, you know, that goes only to a player.
Yeah.
But then there's like our friend Fiery Impulse.
Fiery Impulse.
Which only goes to a creature.
Yep.
It is 1 red.
AKA Kill Jace. That's what I call this.
That is 1 red, Kill Jace.
Yep.
Yeah. 2
Spell
damage
Mastery.
to target creature.
Yeah,
3 if you've got Spell Mastery.
Spell Mastery is 3. I like the flavor text on this as well. Well, this got out of hand. I feel like they like to be funny with their red flavor text.
Yeah, I agree. Because red mages are,
Yeah, spicy.
They are. That's what they'll also say once they make fireworks with knives.
So true. It's coming. I've said spicy 3 times in this show.
You really have.
4 times now.
Oh, stop.
I'm spicy. 5. I'm sorry, continue.
Next we've got Searing Blood.
Ah, yes.
Which is red. So obviously a little bit more difficult to cast.
Yep.
But it does 2 damage to a creature. And if that creature dies, then 3 to the face. So obviously, and it's an instant.
Yep.
You get a little bit of upside for that extra red casting cost that you can kill 2 things. Of course, if they give their creature protection from red, then you're just all sorts of in trouble.
Up a creek without a paddle.
Yep. But otherwise, you know, it's pretty sick. You get nice 2 for 1. You get to burn their face and kill their creature.
Kill their creature.
Pretty sick deal.
What more do you want in life? Gosh.
Like,
you want to draw cards and gain life? I know that's what you're thinking.
Oh, I was thinking of like French silk pie.
Oh, you want a French silk?
Like right now. Like, not usually. I have to say, generally, I don't want a French silk pie because I don't like the crust on them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the combination.
It's like the crust
of
doesn't
normal
commit.
Crust. And like, they don't taste good together.
No.
Someone needs to come up with a different crust for French silk pie.
Would you eat it with a graham cracker crust?
I don't think so. It doesn't.
I can't decide.
No, it's not the right combination. BDM was telling me about this like macaroon crust that he made.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would
be good.
Probably be the right thing for a French silk pie.
I agree.
Good pie talk.
Hey, I'm not done talking about pies.
Oh,
I want a banana cream pie.
Right now?
It's very 4th of July.
That's true. Did you know that growing up, for the longest time, I didn't eat Nilla wafers because I thought that they were banana-flavored cookies? Because there's those pictures of bananas on the front of the box because people put them in banana pudding.
Which is a delight.
Isn't that weird, though?
So good.
For the longest time, I didn't eat Nilla
You're like,
wafers.
don't even, I know what that tastes like, and it's a banana.
Like, I was too young to understand that Nilla meant vanilla.
Do you have a hatred of banana flavor?
Yeah, like banana flavor in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a banana?
I'm fine with a banana. And I'm fine with, like, it in smoothies.
Did you slip on a banana peel one day?
Yes, that's how I also got started in comedy.
2 for 1.
Ooh, 2 for 1. Talking about classic 2 for 1. Searing blood and stepping on a banana peel as a kid.
Lava axe is another example of something that just goes straight to the dome.
Yes.
5 damage. Pff,
there you go.
In your face. Can't go anywhere else.
Nope.
A lot of people, like, you know, I've heard them talk about how many lava axe should I put in my limited deck. So it costs 4 in red.
Yeah.
Like if I just put 5 in there, isn't my opponent just like at virtual 5? Not really.
I wouldn't recommend it, but there was a post on Reddit like a long while ago during Oath draft with the consuming sinkhole.
Oh yes.
Where they drafted like a consuming sinkhole deck.
It was so good.
It was great.
So much damage.
Yeah.
But no, lava axe, I would say it does not appreciate based on the number that you have in your deck. I mean, or does it? Would you? I don't know. God, I wouldn't do it. What if you had like 6?
If I was being serious, I would never. As a joke, I would 100% try it out sometime.
Okay.
That's where I fall.
That'd be so good because like your opponent's just gonna play creatures and like not care that you're just burning their face.
Also, it costs 5 mana.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of mana.
You're probably dead.
Like you have to get to turn 5 in your quote unquote burn deck, and then you have to so you have to get to turn 5, and then you have to keep going for 4 more turns and have a lava axe
and
on
not
all
be
of
dead.
them.
Yeah.
And not be dead.
Very true.
I don't know how reasonable it is.
All right, well,
maybe
somebody out there's probably lived the dream.
I mean, that consuming sinkhole deck. That was pretty sick.
So good.
The next category we've got is X damage spells.
Yes.
So this is like your Crater's Claws of the world, which we'll get to ones with multiple targets in a minute. We're talking about single target, X damage, creature or player. Deal with it. Crater's Claws is a little bit different because it does have the, what was it, ferocious?
Ferocious.
Yeah, ferocious on it.
So it's X red, sorcery. Crater's Claws deals X damage to target creature or player. Mm-hmm. Ferocious, Crater's Claws deals X plus 2 damage to that creature or player instead if you control a creature with power 4 or greater.
Yep, so there have been a variety of these throughout the history of Magic. Again, like burn spells. Now I've said a variety of these in the history of Magic multiple times.
Spicy!
No!
I'm sorry.
So anyways, some of them are just, like red X, and it's X damage to creature or player. But then some of them, like Crater's Claws, gets the ferocious bonus of an additional 2.
It is a ferocious bonus.
There's some that are like, if X is, a certain, like, above whatever number, then it can't be countered, or the damage can't be prevented, or some of them have the exile clause. So yeah, those are your one target X damage burn spells, and they are usually in limited high picks, but they usually don't see a lot of action. Crater's Claws saw a little bit of action in Constructed, but not a ton.
Yeah. So what about multiple targets, Magoons?
Do you know what? It happens.
What?
I know, right?
Multiple targets happen.
You can have multiple targets sometimes. I know that right now you're freaking out, but calm down.
But not in your backyard in the city of Minneapolis. You can't even have one target that you shoot your bow and arrow at because it's illegal.
That is factually true.
I found that out.
Yep, Maria has looked that up.
Sadly.
So yeah, something like Arc Lightning.
Yep, Arc Lightning.
2 in a red.
Arc Lightning deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or player sorcery.
There you go. So
Sweet.
that's like, it's always 3.
Yeah, talk about options.
It's always 3. Then you have stuff like Rolling Thunder.
Ooh, that's a classic.
Do you remember Rolling Thunder?
I do.
Do you remember drafting Rolling Thunder?
Oh my gosh, yes I do.
Do you remember casting Rolling Thunder?
I sure do.
Maria, did I show you a picture of that draft deck in triple Battle for Zendikar that had 2 Rolling Thunders?
You probably did.
I already felt like a winner. And I won. I won that draft. But
and
you know
I
what?
felt like a winner.
I had already won it.
X, red, sorcery, Rolling Thunder deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. It's scalable, Megan. It's scalable. X can be anything.
No. X can be anything. And you can point it at however many things you want.
Yeah.
How many things?
Any number.
Any things.
Do you know once with Arc Lightning, I killed 3 things?
What?
It was great.
That sounds amazing.
That was...
I have to say, like getting wrecked by even just having 2 things killed by it.
Yeah.
In what set was it in? It was in Cons.
Rolling Thunder?
No, not Rolling. Arc Lightning.
Arc Lightning? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Cons.
Yeah, in Cons, like just having someone kill 2 of your things with that card felt like already losing.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like it's
scoop.
an uphill slog from here.
Scoopty poopty.
Like it does. It's not the final say, but it is close to the final say.
Yeah.
Avacyn's Judgment is an interesting card in this category that we're talking about. In the current set, 1 in a red, Avacyn's Judgment deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. So at first, right, you're just like, oh, 2 damage for 1 in a red and any number of things? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But it does have a madness of X in red, which makes it essentially a Rolling Thunder, but 1 red cheaper.
Yikes, what a deal.
You cast it for madness.
People thought this was going to shake up Standard when it was previewed. I remember that.
That's true. And, maybe it just hasn't seen the support that it needs yet.
Maybe it shall.
We all need
Spooky
support to succeed.
Tell that to my bra.
I feel like it's already,
it already knows.
It already knows?
Or at least it should.
Yeah, right?
Get your act together, brah. Sorry, I really threw you off with that one. Avacyn's Judgment. Maybe will be good. Have you got your train of thought yet? Why are you being a creepy voice?
I got wrecked by this once.
Did you really?
At a sealed, maybe a GPT or something like that. Oh yeah, just and I was winning that game so hard.
Then you're just like, cry.
And then he madnessed an Avacyn Judgment and like killed like literally like 5 creatures.
Did you feel the tears that slipped into your mouth? Silently rolling down your cheek.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these are salty. But I ended up winning the match. So.
That's okay. I remember that story actually.
Yeah, it was insane. It was a good use of Avacyn's Judgment, man.
What's your next category?
The next ones are a specific kind of damage that goes to the face, and it's Skull Crack.
Skull Crack!
Or Atarka's Command is another version. If you pick the two, you can pick 2 modes to make it a Skull Crack.
Yeah. So Skull Crack is 1 in a red instant. Players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Deals 3 damage to target player.
And so this has, it's exactly what it says on the card. This sees play sometimes more out of the sideboard.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when there was Burn and Sphinx's Revelation control.
Oh, yeah.
This could see main deck or definitely sideboard play because you bring it in against those decks that are trying to life gain their way out of losing the game.
Yeah.
You can just be like, oh, you want to gain 6? No.
I played against a burn deck at Omaha many moons ago, Modern, and I was playing Boggles, of course, and gaining life with, my various ways that I can gain life in that deck, and somebody skull cracks me out of the sideboard. Yep.
Rough.
Didn't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
Playing versus burn rarely feels good.
No, I would agree with that. I have to say that I was so tired of losing to it online, because I would say, like, in every Modern league that I play, I would play Burn at least twice.
Oh, really?
Which is a lot.
Wow.
At least twice. And there might have been times when it was more.
Yikes.
So I started moving cards around in my sideboard just to be better against Burn.
I mean, fair play. Online metagame.
It's the real deal. And I was like, I'm sick of losing to these Burn decks. And to be fair, like, it's worked out so far. I'm not winning all of them, but I'm losing to Burn less than I was.
That's good.
Yeah. So our last card on the list is sort of a corner case.
Yeah, this one's kind of weird.
It is a non-red card. It's the only non-red card that we allowed on the list. Why did we allow it on the list, Maria?
Because its flashback cost has red in it. Do you know what it is yet?
I hope you do.
Bump in the Night.
That's right.
Costs 1 black. It's a sorcery. Target opponent loses 3 life. Flashback, 5 in a red.
Yep. So this is just kind of sick because, you can get them twice with it.
Yep.
It doesn't only go to the face, but
that's okay. Sometimes you need to deal 6.
Exactly. Sometimes you do.
So yeah, that's a list of some of the more well-known and sweeter burn spells that have been printed over Magic's history. Of course, there are about 20,000 more, but we just wanted to go over some of the highlights in some specific categories for you, just so you can have a better feeling of what's that burn all about.
Yeah.
And if you're asking yourself quite regularly, what's that burn all about? Once again, check with your medical professional.
We are not a medical podcast.
Spooky Moon previews. You guys, we're fully mired in Spooky Moon preview season. We've got some really sweet cards to tell you about this week.
Yeah.
They've been some spicy. God dang it! I said spicy again.
You really have. Hold on.
Did you see me fight against saying spicy?
Yeah, I mean, like.
But it came out anyway.
It just started happening.
Are you looking up other words for
I'm
spicy?
getting you a thesaurus for spicy.
Hot. Fiery.
There we go. Let's start there. I mean, you're good for now.
Okay.
Oh, my first.
Piquant.
How do you pronounce that word? Piquant?
I don't know. Piquant? Savory? Not the same thing. Thesaurus.com. Pronounce. Can you just do that and I'll pronounce it for you?
Yes. Okay, I'll give you a YouTube link.
Piquant. Okay.
Piquant.
All right, piquant. We've got some really piquant cards for you that have been spoiled. Which one do you want to talk about first, Megan?
Oh, boy.
Which one has got your spidey senses spicing the most?
Let's talk about Tamio Field Researcher.
She's here!
She's here!
We all speculated that Tamio was going to join the party, and sure enough,
here she is.
Here she is.
It's awesome.
She's a dream.
She really is. She's so cool.
1, green,
Tameo's
white,
so
blue.
cool. I can't handle it.
Well, I mean, even her casting cost is cool.
It really is.
Like, if I was, Liliana, another Planeswalker, which recently got previewed, I'd be like, oh, my casting cost is not as sweet as Tameo's.
No, it's not. How could it be?
I don't know.
Anyways, she's Bant colors.
Bant!
Bant!
She's a Bant Bamf,
Yeah.
as they say.
Which means that she's not just analytical anymore. She's a little bit justice-oriented.
Yeah.
And she likes
Jail.
smoke and reefer.
Oh, because she got green?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's her deal anyway?
So Tameo, she comes into play with 4 loyalty counters.
Okay.
Yeah. +1, choose up to 2 target creatures until your next turn. Whenever either of those creatures deals combat damage, you draw a card.
Sick.
Maria.
What?
It's not combat damage to a player.
Combat damage.
Combat damage.
What?
Period.
That is better than I
What?
thought.
If they want to do anything, you get a card.
I love
Maria.
this.
Maria.
What?
It says target creature.
Give me my dudes or their dudes.
Or their dudes. Anybody's dudes.
Wow.
I
So
know.
do you value this as a sort of protection for the Planeswalker?
I think it's nice because it'll bump her up to 5.
Yeah.
And sure, there's like maybe you'll get a kill spell out of it. If they do something like kill it, ruinous path it, or anguished unmaking it.
Yeah.
But if they are playing, a creature-based deck, and they're going to need to kill Tameo with a creature, maybe they kill it on the next swing anyways. But if you picked their dudes,
Yeah.
then you're still getting a card out of it.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
So maybe she doesn't put down tokens to shield herself or give something like -4, -0 till the next turn or whatever.
But she's still working to give you that classic Planeswalker card advantage.
Card advantage engine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is it, -2?
Yep, -2. Tap up to 2 target non-land permanents. They don't untap during the controller's next untap step.
There's the protection.
There's protection.
Sweet. So
Yeah.
that's a Frost Breath
Yeah, it is.
for free.
Yeah, it is.
Sweet.
-7, -7. Oh my god, I started talking like you for a second. I couldn't remember which one was what I said and which one was what you said. You say negative. I say minus.
Oh, what's the difference?
Because I think of it as like you're subtracting the loyalty, and you think of it as like a number just by itself,
Yeah.
like not relevant to the situation.
Yeah.
My point is, I couldn't remember how you said it and how I say it.
You're getting us mixed up again.
Say
It's something that happens.
-7, draw 3 cards. You get an emblem with, you may cast non-land cards from your hand and without paying their mana
Oh,
cost.
is that all? Seems bad.
Any non-land cards.
That's just silly.
Any non-land cards.
That's silliness.
Any non-land cards.
So this is like creatures.
What if you draw
for
3
free?
cards and then you get another Tameo? And you just play another Tameo?
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Megan's excited about Tameo. I can feel it in
I'm
the
excited.
room.
I mean, you still have to pay your lands.
Yeah.
Play your lands.
Pay to play your lands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Tameo wasn't the only Planeswalker which we had
No.
recently previewed.
No.
Liliana, the Last Hope,
Yep.
coming down to save us all, question mark.
Question mark?
1 black. In her casting cost, she comes in with 3 loyalty. Her +1 ability, up to 1 target creature gets -2, -1 until your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Some protection.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
protection. I don't know if it's going to kill very much, but at least it'll slow down the process. It'll
Yeah.
slow the bleeding.
Yep.
Her -2 ability, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Pretty sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what she does. She reanimates.
Yeah, she does.
She's one with the zombies.
She says, hey, zombies.
What's up? You
Yeah.
are, because I'm raising you from the dead.
Yep.
Get it?
I get it.
Her -7 is really, really cool.
No, you said -7.
I switched. Her -/-7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, put X 2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control.
So you need to control some zombies.
Yes, but this is quickly going to get out of control. We're talking pack rat territory if you get this emblem.
Yeah, that's true.
Sick. So yeah, I don't know. about seeing her in Standard. I mean, she's got an easy mana cost as far as a Planeswalker goes.
That's true. 3 mana. Don't get much cheaper than that.
I would love to ultimate her.
Yeah.
But I think her reanimation ability is super strong.
Yeah.
And in Cube, she's just going to be she's just totally going to wreck.
Oh, you want to draft some Zombie Cube?
I want to draft Reanimator Cube.
You want to draft some Reanimator Cube?
That's my favorite cube.
That's true. You still have to cast it, though.
Yeah.
She returns it to your hand.
Oh, to the hand. Okay, well, whatever. She'll be a really sad, inclusion then in that case.
Well, she still does... she's still sick. She's still a 3-mana Planeswalker.
Yeah, 3-mana Planeswalkers have notoriously been pretty good over the years.
Pretty good.
So, I'm not going to discount her just yet.
Do you know why she's called the Last Hope?
Why?
Do you want to hear some story update?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars.
What's the story update?
Okay, so the story update is that, Emrakul has arrived, obviously.
Yeah.
And everybody's melding together. All the things are melding together. Brizella.
Yeah,
Bruna and
Brizella. Mm-hmm.
Are... And the town and the people in the town are... And lots of things are... Together.
Can we please have somebody make like a People magazine cover with Brizella on the front? Like, that's a new hot celebrity couple, Brizella.
Yes. Please.
Thank you.
So obviously Emrakul's arrived.
Yeah.
And everything is just going
bonkers.
Insane. Yeah, it's just off the rails. And then Liliana is like, this... Oh, she's doing some work with the chain veil, Yeah. She has this chain veil where she gets all this power from. And it's powered by geists in some way, but some special kind of geist. Anyway, it's a geist power veil. But she's trying to, wrest away... She's trying to make it so that when she uses the veil, it doesn't take anything from her. She's not in any way obligated to them or doesn't hurt her or whatever. Anyway, so she's working with it, and it's not working out. And then, let's see. Oh, there's zombies and stuff, and she was borrowing a necromancer of some sort, or a geist. She was borrowing a geist expert from Olivia and Soren, or from Olivia. So she takes the geist expert back because he's been killed, and she turned him into a zombie, and she's sorry. And she sees Olivia and Soren, and at Olivia's manor, and Olivia and Soren are have thousands of vampires ready for war. I don't know if it's thousands, but it's a lot.
A lot.
They have a lot of vampires ready for war, and Liliana's like, what are you guys doing? And Soren and Olivia are the plane is wrecked. They're they're just abandoning Innistrad. They're done. They're it's done for. This plane,
abandoned ship.
This plane is screwed, but we're gonna go. Nahiri wants a goddamn fight. We're gonna go give it to her. So we're taking us and our hundreds of vampires army. We're gonna go take out Nahiri. Innistrad's screwed. We're out. And Liliana's but I really like Innistrad. And then also she's thinking some stupid crap about how she wants to feel needed. Anyways.
Yeah.
And the only way that she'd be able to do that is to if she helps rescue Innistrad and Jace, who's over at Thraben, and
she's
Soren's
still on about Jace.
Apparently.
Okay.
She's still on about it, yeah, but she likes being in control, so she's I can't just like Jace. Jace, I need to be essential to Jace's functioning as a human being.
That is a messed up relationship.
I mean, we're not saying it's not. Okay, and Soren's Jace is at Thraben and they're all gonna die already anyways, and Liliana's fine.
I'll save everything.
I'm gonna save everything because the tentacles don't touch the zombies, and the zombies are not under Emrakul's influence. So she starts walking to Thraben, raising just lots of zombies.
As she goes.
As she goes,
rise
literally,
up.
It's just as she's rise
up.
Okay,
Hamilton!
She is not throwing away her shot to make herself important to Jace.
Okay.
And the Gatewatch.
I get it.
So there you go.
Well, speaking of Liliana, let's talk about her other card, which is speaks to this story.
Yeah, there you go. Guess who's joining the Gatewatch, bros?
Yeah, Liliana. You never thought you'd see the day.
No, you.
But the flavor text really says it all.
Okay.
I'll keep watch. Happy now.
Yes. This is the Oath of Liliana. It is a legendary enchantment. 2 and a black.
Yeah.
When Oath of Liliana enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. So all of them has the typical
Yep.
ETB.
Yep.
At the beginning of each end step, if a planeswalker entered the battlefield under your control this turn, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield.
Great.
Yeah. Solid, right?
Yeah, that's a solid card.
It's a solid card.
Coming in at rare.
But zombie is not like an inconsequential thing. If you think about like Gideon coming down, like he's on turn 4 and you make a knight. What if you also got a zombie?
Wow, I would do that.
You'd have 2 things protecting Gideon. So the next turn you can start smashing face.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
This is a card I want to talk about coming up here, which I think is just hilarity. It's a giant spider, which I think are funny, as noted by the first cutest card of all time, Golgari Longlegs.
Yeah.
This is Ishkana Graph Widow. What a name.
Yeah.
4 green for a legendary spider with reach. Delirium! When it enters a battlefield, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, blah, 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 put 3 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach onto the battlefield. That's pretty good. 6 and a black. Target opponent loses 1 life for each spider you control. It's a 3/5. Wow. I love it. I love it. I want to play it. I want to make a million spiders. Creepy crawly spider time. And I want to drain you for 10.
10?
Well, this is my spider deck that I've just invented.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of just like a silly, like, random big beastie, but I think it's really kind of cool, too.
It's a pretty sick big beastie.
Yeah, if you like spider spawning, this is not it. But maybe you just like spiders.
Little 1/2 spiders.
Yeah,
they're kind of cute. 1/2 spiders. Don't give me anything bigger.
You'll be afraid.
I'll be weirded out. We also have a new sorcery in green.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Which one do you want to talk about?
Wait, which one?
Do you mean this one?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Eldritch Evolution.
This art is disgustoid.
Oof.
This boar's guts are pouring out. He is beyond the help of Steve and Steve's medical podcast at this point.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was spacing out.
That's fine. Everybody's allowed.
I was spacing out.
Eldritch Evolution. 1 green sorcery as an additional cost to cast it. Sacrifice a creature. Okay, fine. What does it do? Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, where X is 2+ the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library and exile this card. So...
Hello, sorcery speed birthing pod.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, or unrepeatable birthing pod. Is what
it does exile itself, so
it does exile itself. So you
not
can't,
exactly birthing pod
because birthing pod was only sorcery.
Yeah.
But you cannot Goblin Dark go 3-drop into Goblin Dark Dwellers into 7-drop. Sorry, everybody with sick dreams of that.
That would be crazy,
right? Pretty cool though.
But this card reminded me a little bit of cards like you would see in a green cube to go get your Crater Hoof, like Green Sun Zenith or Natural Order or something like that. So it's another tool in that toolkit. But I mean, this can go get so many things that you want. Like, especially if you're thinking about just going and getting a super sick 3-drop or 2-drop that you need, like a Duskwatch Recruiter or...
Wait, you can't get a 2-drop with it.
Wait,
you can, but you'd have to sacrifice a 1-drop or a 2-drop.
Yes.
Gotcha. Or an Ornithopter.
Basically, this card has a lot of potential uses, which will be explored to the nth degree, I foretell. Yes. This is a powerful dude.
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I'm very excited to see what sorts of sick things people come up with for this card in Standard. I'm
excited about this card, which is going to be part of a lot of silly decks.
Tree of Perdition.
3 and a black. It's a plant, of course, because it's a tree. It has Defender. It's a 0/13 of all things in the world. Tap, exchange target opponent's life total with Tree of Perdition's toughness.
Nice.
So basically, you want to put this in your deck with Triskaidekaphobia and kill them. It's a 2-card combo!
Yeah.
And also, Tree of Perdition, a new movie starring Tom Hanks.
What
was Road to Perdition? Was he in that?
No.
Who was in that? Hold on. I hope it was Nicolas Cage.
It was not. Road to Perdition was like a serious film.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage has done serious work.
Okay.
Road to Perdition.
You say so.
It was a book, of course.
Well, I really like Moonstruck. I think we've talked about this before.
Have we?
It's good. Yeah, Moonstruck is really good.
Tom Hanks is definitely in this book. In this movie. He's definitely in this movie.
He is?
Yes. Right there.
Is he a main character?
I think so.
Oh, fine.
Tom Hanks. Like, that's him. Right there.
Okay. Okay. I believe you.
Nailed it. Tree to Perdition is the follow-up.
Tree of Perdition. Road to Perdition.
Tree.
It's
tree
once
to
you're
perdition.
there. Once you're there, this is the tree that's there.
How far have you traveled to see a tree, Megan? Riddle me that. You are taking this question more seriously than I expected.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know that there's a tree that I've ever traveled really far to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just there happen to be cool trees where you went.
Yeah.
Is probably the case.
Yeah. Like, I've been to Northern California and seen the really big ones.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't go there for that.
Did you see flying squirrels amongst them?
I didn't look.
That's my dream. Flying squirrels, I love them. Okay, so this card I wanted to talk about next is just really interesting. It's called Providence, 5 white, sorcery. It's a rare.
Is Rhode Island.
Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of the first upkeep, your life total becomes 26. And then the other part of the second paragraph, your life total becomes 26. It's cost 7.
7.
Well, are you ever playing this?
No.
But Megan, you could go from 1 life to 26 life. Think about that.
No.
How sweet would that be? You'd win.
Skullcrack.
Skullcrack.
Actually, I don't think Skullcrack prevents this.
No.
Because you're not gaining it. Your life total just
becomes
26.
I wish my life total could become 26.
What?
I'm saying I want to be 26 again. With the knowledge that I now have as somebody who is older than 26.
I don't think that then you could be.
Then I'm not really 26.
No, you're not really 26.
Oh. So this is like a 13 going on 30 kind of thing?
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. Like vampires especially. When they get turned and they're, either young kids and then they're actually like an old woman in a child's body.
Yeah.
What's that like? I'm really not asking you because I know you're not a vampire. Oh, God. She looked at me like she was. Oh, no.
So,
anyway. So, yeah. Providence, Rhode Island. Just bad, but I want to do it anyway. Just think of you.
Does vampires' hair grow?
Great question. I don't think so. I think it's stuck in the haircut that you got when you were bit.
No, but you can get it cut.
Yes, you can get it cut.
But it never gets longer.
Never gets longer. You have to do extensions if you're interested.
Interesting.
That's just my guess.
Or you could
because nothing else on them is changing.
Yeah, you can get good wigs.
You get good wig. Yeah. Vampires, not a lot to complain about being a vampire. What card do you want to talk about?
Harmless Offering.
Oh, this card.
2 and a red. Color shifted donate.
Yeah.
As people have been saying. Although, noticeably, it doesn't say target player gains control of target permanent you control.
Yeah.
Because back in the day with donate, which said target player, you could, if you had taken control of something with, like a take control effect.
Yeah.
You could then donate it to yourself.
No, that's not a donation at all.
So that you gain permanent control.
That's tax fraud. Harmless Offering says target opponent gain control, target permanent you control.
Yeah.
So on this, I just want to briefly mention that a lot of people have tweeted this at us saying, Maria, this is the cutest card. And this is what I quote, if you don't pick this as the cutest card, you are a total monster.
Yeah.
Whoa, people. Okay,
straightforward.
I'm a woman of my own mind. I will not be coerced by the art department to picking the cutest card. They tried to do it with me with that little goblin on a skateboard or whatever it was.
I didn't think that he was that cute.
Neither did I. That's why I didn't choose him. Anyway, I'm not going to not consider Harmless Offering. I'm just saying my hand will not be forced. Do you hear me? My hand will not be forced.
Mouth on its tail.
Do you want a cat with a snake tail?
No.
Or a snake with a cat tail, as it were?
That's not that. Is that a snake with a cat as a tail?
Somebody told me that,
Oof.
and now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
So anyways,
Harmless Offering. So what are you doing with this card? Like, why is it a rare?
You're giving them your
Dark Petition?
No.
What is it with Liliana, and then you like the fourth one is you lose the game?
Yeah,
and then
that's
you give
the one
it to
that we're
them.
thinking of.
Then why did you tell me no?
Because that's not Dark Petition.
Oh yeah, you're right. What am I thinking? What is it called?
I don't know.
I have 4th of July brain.
Liliana's big problem.
I'm gonna die. Liliana's big problem. 4 black.
That sounds... It's 2 black.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like she got pregnant. That sounds like a film about a woman who gets pregnant. That's basically Knocked Up, but with a different title.
But with Liliana?
Yep.
Oh, it totally is, because who is the most unlikely mother? Liliana. Even though she's mothered many zombies over the years.
That's true. She's been really a good mom to them.
Are you like freaking out about what it's called?
What should I...
It's Liliana's problem. I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember it either.
It's because we're thinking about it too much now.
I've seen it a million times, right? Like, we've both looked at it a million times.
Oh my god.
I've seen people play it.
Lose the game.
Hold on.
Liliana's indignation.
No.
Is that it? No.
No.
Nope. Images. Not
Hold
seeing
on.
it. I see the art. Whoa. What is it called?
Look, I'm about to get it.
Did you get it?
Where is it?
There
Demonic
it is.
Pact.
Demonic Pact. God bless America.
Oh.
July 4th. Demonic Pact. You give somebody your demonic pact with this cat. Merry Christmas, you lose the game.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Took a long time for
and
us
in
to
older
get there, but we
formats,
did.
there's more messed up stuff. But
so yeah.
in the current format, you can give someone your demonic pact.
Yeah, there's a lot of other pretty sweet preview cards we didn't mention.
That's right. Decimator of the Provinces.
Oof, this one is pretty cool.
It's a 7/7 for 10.
I mean, I'm paying it.
Yeah, but with Emerge 8. Or Emerge, 6 green, sorry.
Yeah.
So that's 9. 6 green. When you cast Decimator of the Provinces, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn.
Trample haste. I love that card.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. You can check out more of the preview cards, of course, online in the card image gallery at Daily MTG. And, of course, check our Twitter at MtA Cast, because we tweet them out all the time whenever we see something new.
That's super sick.
Hold on, I need to look up a synonym. Something that's really, amazingly, incredibly...
fragrant.
Perfumed. We will tweet it out.
My favorite one is hot.
Hot.
Peppery.
Zesty. I like that. We've got some
Tasty.
zesty preview cards.
Tangy.
Tangy.
Herbaceous.
Odoriferous.
Herbaceous.
Poignant.
Keen.
Zippy.
Spirited.
Highly seasoned. Nobody's ever chosen that one. Like, I want to say spicy, but I don't want to write it on the menu.
This card is highly seasoned.
Well, everybody, that's our show. But before we go, we want to do a big congrats to our Magic the Prothering guest from last week, BBD.
As we said, his place at the WC was TBD because of GPPs.
Yep.
But he has since taken a lead in the GP points race because he and his team, which included Pascal Maynard, who also with this finish got locked platinum.
Yes.
And Shaheen Surani,
Yeah.
who achieved his first Grand Prix top 8.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him, and locked silver. So a great weekend for all of them, making that top 4. Pretty sweet, and Brian takes a lead in that GP points race.
Yeah, so if you want to hear more about Brian's philosophy on being a Magic player, a little bit of a story of his life, check out Magic the Prothering from last week. I think it was a great interview.
It was a lot of fun.
So yeah, more preview cards coming up all throughout this week. Next week, of course, we're going to have Judge Rob on the program. We're going to talk about all the new rules and card interactions that you're going to see in this set.
Yes.
I love that show every single time. I learn a lot, and you're going to want to listen to it because you're going to go into the pre-release, and you don't want to be a dum-dum.
Yes.
Okay?
Zip.
You want to be a smart.
Bang.
Pop.
Pow.
And of course, as we mentioned at the top of the show, patreon.com/MTAcast. Go there to become a supporter of the show. We would love to have you if the show means something to you.
You can contact us at MTAcast on Twitter, magictheamateuring@gmail.com. Find our website, buy sick merch like sweet playmats and great
t-shirts.
shirts.
We've got new sizes in, so go over there, check it out.
magictheamateuring.com. Watch the video and other amazing magic videos on Tellurian Community College.
The professor's just a great person. Can I just say that right now?
No.
Why?
Because it's been marked strictly confidential by the United States government.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
You sure are.
He's a great person who edits the show for us every week.
Yes.
He doesn't have to do it, but he does. So go check out the video version. We have card overlays, so if you are listening to our previews, it's kind of helpful because you can get a good image of the card along with us talking about it.
And dare I say, he's doing more retro humor about Magic the Gathering than anyone ever thought would be created.
That's true.
And it is great.
All right, we'll see you here next week, everybody. Thanks for being sweet.
And remember not to sever your arms with fireworks.